I didn't put my lights on behind. And the membership tracker's fucking broke. Oh my God, it's all going on, isn't it? It's all going on. Good evening, you wonderful human beings. Wait one. We're good, we're working. How are you, wonderful humans? Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Wednesday. It's been a lovely day actually here today. Thank you for joining us on this fine Wednesday evening for another Warhammer show. Oh, that's also wrong, isn't it? Oh my God. Babe, why don't you set it all up for me?
I'm sorry.
That's what Joe says. Okay, good. For another Warhammer show, membership tracker is still knackered. Now, get this, right? Now when I click on the button to set up the membership tracker, it says, so when you go widgets, it gives you a whole page of widgets. One of them says YouTube membership goal. You click on YouTube membership goal, right? You go all widgets, YouTube, it specifically says YouTube membership goal. And then it says, connect to supported platform to use this widget. Connect to Twitch, Facebook, Trovo, or Kick.
Why?
Why would I need to do that for YouTube membership tracker? Connect to Twitch, Facebook, Trovo, or Kick account in order to use this widget. I'm like...
Did you need to do that before?
No, because it's a YouTube membership goal.
Yeah.
None of those things are YouTube. So I was like, back. It just takes you back to the homepage. Good, Streamlabs.
Maybe
well
you
done.
should get onto Streamlabs and be like, me again. Ooey. I have another question.
A bit like YouTube again, wasn't it? Me again.
Since we got on so well the first time, I thought we should rekindle the friendship.
So, that's the problem. So I have to do a manual membership goal again. Thank you so much, Clive the Kiwi, for 5 gifted memberships. You're an absolute legend. What a hero. 5.
4.
3.
2.
No. It's a bit carnage here. I've been a bit all over the place today. I was like, I'm looking forward to Wednesday. It's kind of a chill day.
So it's your fault.
Bit of a relaxed day Wednesday normally. And then I got up this morning and I was like, right, how many things do I have to do? And I got my little brain working and was like, I'll do this. My fucking God. I haven't stopped all day now. Like literally haven't stopped all day now. I think I got 2 casual games with Joe in before I had to go and pick you up from town. And then the fucking bank and these people and that people and sorting out broadband for my parents because they got buggered and oh my God.
Your poor dad.
Oh my God. So
But good for him for challenging it because
I've turned up a bit dishevelled because I wasn't really ready.
yeah, I've not even got my page ready for.
Yeah, and I opened up Warhammer Community literally just before I scheduled the stream to be like, what the fuck am I going to do? Because I was still working at the time. And I noticed they've done a nerf, and they talked about it in the group chat, in the team chat earlier as well. I think Ben and Tom were talking about it. They've actually nerfed the more DACA detachment before a balanced data set, which is good. It's absolutely what they needed to do. And they've made a change which happens to be very similar to a change that we suggested on the Liam, Tom and Joe show, which has further fueled Joe's fire that they watch our streams and they do what we say. Because the amount of times we go, they should just do this, and then like a few weeks later that happens. Joe is utterly convinced that they watch what we talk about. But they have now changed more DACA. And I wanted to come on show before we started doing what we normally do and talk about absolute constant nonsense. I wanted to talk about the fact that that's actually for GW a pretty fast fix, and I think they should be praised for a pretty fast fix. They should, however, be criticised for letting it go in the first place. There isn't really, I think, any excuse for letting that come out. Most people saw that and went, this is mental. But I do think that actually fixing it that fast, because events were banning it. Lots of events were actually fucking banning it. And I think justifiably so, because it was mental. Responsible for the over nerf. How have you figured that one out, Voodoo Fairy? How have you figured out it's an over nerf? Would you rather they respond and break it or refuse to acknowledge it exists? What? What do you mean? About what, Ash? Best people are here on your channel, thanks again. They are the best people, aren't they? They're amazing. They're all amazing humans. Just get an abacus to track members. I love a good abacus.
I've never used one. I know, I feel like I'm missing out on a major milestone.
Yeah. So yeah, so more DAC has changed, chat, and it used to be that you got sustained hits 2 on everything, and then you got assault on your weapons in the WAR, And now you get assault on everything all the time, and you get sustained hits 1 on your weapons in the war. It's incredibly strong now. It's still, it was incredibly strong. It's still pretty good now, I think. They also buffed the assault ability for the detachment. Yeah, exactly. I think the attachment is still decent. Assault on every single weapon is decent. Assault on every single weapon is good. I think 2 CP to put you in the wire is also good, to be fair. I think the correction is fine, personally. As does the team, so. Including Tom, who plays orcs, I might add. Wargun, I want sniping team. Thank you to everybody who showed up yesterday as well for the hobby collab stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that content. Hopefully you've had fun there. I thought it was fun. I thought it was alright. I, however, didn't really like it. Nothing that happened really encouraged me to play more AOS. But I'm happy to put more on the channel, if that makes sense. Just, it won't be a weekly slot, I think. Still a pretty strong detachment, in my opinion. Yeah, it is. Yeah, orc weapons. You have to remember with orc shooting, every time that they buff orc shooting to be a bit like, to have a lot more shots or be more accurate, it breaks the game. So when people complain that orcs only hit on 5s, because if they hit on 4s, 3s frequently, or they get sustained hits too, it breaks the game because they have so much of it, and a lot of it's quite powerful. It's still funny that it's better than the tower detachment, so I get it. It's still crazy good. It is still crazy good. It's very good. Next time Hobby Collab are here, can Luce offer Meg some warm knitted clothes?
Sorry, I'm doing my news research.
Oh, are you? Okay. Ash says, next time Hobby Collab are here, can Luce offer Meg some warm knitted clothes?
Was she cold?
I don't know, but I didn't think she finished getting dressed.
I see.
It might be the jet lag.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. I shall try, Ash.
They were a blast to hear and see on the channel. Joe looked over the moon to be playing out here. He did, yeah.
Aww.
So I have said to him we can bring it back like once every I don't know.
New member tracker who dis?
It's just fucking broken, Kaz, and every time I talk to them they make it worse.
Well, that's why you need to do the ooey.
They're proper IT people. Oh, I've had a look at it. Well, how's it worse? Don't make it worse, make it back to what it was. Biggie hugs, thank you for 10 gifted memberships.
That is not a small gift, Biggie. Stop it.
What do you mean?
It was birthday last week, so here's a small gift, and then he gifts 10.
Yeah, it is a small gift.
That's not a small one, Biggie. You stop it.
Thank you so much, you legend. Yeah, I have to do a manual tracker, a proper manual tracker now, Kaz, because they full-blown broke the fucking tracker because IT people beat IT people. Oh my god, it annoys me. 2 CP for the war strat is 100% correct. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. As a melee orc player, I don't mind, but I don't think Mordaka will be all that good or even average. I think it's still pretty good. A member of our club ran a Stomper, a Gorkanaut, and a Morkanaut pre-nerf, and it was hilarious. I mean, that is funny, to be fair. Do I get credit for suggesting the Steam topic in Thanes at 1606? No. Because I didn't read Thanes at 1606. In fact, I'll hold my hands up. I've barely read Thanes all day. So I gave credit to Warcom after I read it an hour and a bit ago, which, you know, is how I always do it. I tried turning it off and on again. Yes, repeatedly. Dave says, I'm an IT man, fuming. I'm just saying, Dave, it's my experience in previous companies that when I phone the IT support people or the IT people that are supposed to help my IT, they come, they touch things, they leave, it's worse. It's always been my experience. When I was at Siemens or Rolls-Royce and I had IT issues, I always tried to fix it myself. Because then they couldn't break it. Just throwing it out there, mate. That was my experience. To be fair, Sean is off celebrating his birthday. Oh, Mr. Happy birthday to Mr. the Stick Monkey as well.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
I think he's 39 now. I think it's his birthday today.
Really? He doesn't look it.
Doesn't look a day over 40.
No.
No. If you turn it off and on and that didn't work, then I'm at a loss. Exactly, yeah. As someone who loves my flash kits, about to play. I think tactical is probably. Is it better? Yeah, probably.
Has anybody here dared to plant out their seedlings yet? Because I feel like this is a trick. The weather is a trick.
Gardeners Weekly.
Well, I'm asking
Warhammer show.
because there's a few gardeners in our
It's not
chat.
called the planting show. It's called the Warhammer show.
All of my tomatoes have failed. All of my cucumbers have failed. Only one pea plant survived, and then I planted it out, so obviously it died. My cabbage or cauliflower, I can't remember which one, has died. The carrots are just about peeking through. But the one plant that has flourished in the English winter has been the chili plant.
Did I get my internet sorted? I got shitty with them at the end of last week, and touching wood, it has been fine all this week. I got shitty with them, like really shitty with them, threatened to leave because I'm on a month. So the internet I'm on is on a month rolling contract.
It's the rolling contract luxury of we're not tied in.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll just cancel. I'll just go fucking somewhere else. I don't care. And funny old thing, it's actually been fine all this week so far.
So this is where my little conspiracy mind goes of, is it better because we complained and they pushed a button somewhere? Because if we hadn't have complained, would it still be bad? That's where my mind goes.
I like to think that there's an issue that they hadn't fixed, and because I went mental at them a bit, slightly rude, that
What?
yeah, but I'd been polite. I'd then be slightly less polite. I'd then be slightly less polite again, and then I got rude, right? Because clearly the first three approaches didn't work. So I feel like it's a justified escalation. I didn't just go straight in there and go, right, you fucking arsehole. I didn't do that. I was like, oh, I'm having some issues with my router, blah, 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 blah. And
Did you do the ooey?
No. And then I got a reply back, and I was like, yeah, it's happening quite frequently, and it's getting quite frustrating now. And then I got another reply back, and everyone comes with a little logo that says Rebel Wi-Fi that actually works. And I was like, right, that's starting to take a piss. That's starting to annoy me because it's not working.
You'll be poking the bear right
so
here.
Delete your logo off your emails for fuck's sake, for at least me, because it's not working.
Can I demand a separate logo, please?
And then they fucking they pushed firmware updates to the router supposedly.
Right.
That was supposed to fix it. It wasn't. It didn't. It carried on doing exactly the same as it was doing before, if not slightly worse. And I got hold of them and was like, I'm having these problems now. Like, well, we have seen that your router is disconnected 3 times this morning and then reconnected again. I was like, yeah, because I turned the fucking thing off and on 3 times because it wasn't fucking working.
Oh, okay.
They're like, oh, can we just check it's connected to the power source? Is it plugged in? Is what you just fucking asked me.
Did you turn it off
Is
and
it
turn it on again?
Is it plugged in? Is what you basically asked me then. I was like, yes, it's connected to the power source, direct to the wall as well. Right? I got so annoyed at that point. So that's when I got a little bit sort of rude, kind of a bit. And then since then, because when I went back to him, I was like, I can't, that's not. Anyway, since then we've not had a problem. So, but then my dad's had problems. So.
Do you know, after you spoke to your dad, my Facebook was then full of Sky, people complaining that the internet's not very good.
Polychrome says they probably don't have enough people to fix everything. So when you complain, you get some attention, they fix it. Yeah, I had my dad put in a formal complaint today with his ISP as well. It annoys me.
I was going to screenshot you the comments on the Sky advert on Facebook because I thought before they...
Every company has people that think they're great and people that think they're terrible. So when we were talking about the internet last week, there was a swathe of people in chat saying, "Are you Sky? They're great."
Okay.
So the problem with social media is you're more often than not going. If this is the world, right? The world is like this all the time. If you're sat there and your internet's working fine, you won't typically go and find your internet on Facebook and go, "It's great." People don't do that. If you're sat there and your internet's fucking you around and you're really annoyed, everyone's like, "I know what will get them. I'll put a nasty comment on Facebook that everyone else can see." Because that'll definitely tank their whole business. And then they do the nasty comment on Facebook, like, "Fucking worst service ever. No one ever used Sky." And they'll be like, "That's it now. They'll go bust." Because of my comment on Facebook. That's how it works. That's how the internet works. Facts. That's how the internet works. So I don't trust social media reviews necessarily. They're not
No, I know, but
entirely wrong. Like
yeah.
it's not entirely wrong to look at them, but I'm aware that people will go there to whinge. They won't go there to praise. So,
There were a couple that were saying they were good.
Even then, even reviews on company websites, I'm like, they've chose which ones they're putting up.
That always annoys me when you see an advert for something and you think, oh, I'll put a bit of vested interest into this, and it will say, for example, 10 comments. Click on the comments, and only 3 show up. Even if you go to the drop down and you do the whole newest comment or all comments or most relevant, and it's still only the 3, that's a bit sus.
That's because they purged them.
Yeah. But then why doesn't Facebook update itself to say only 3 comments?
No, I'm glad it doesn't though.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, that it's like a bit of a red flag of
yeah,
why have you done that?
If it says 68 comments and you go on and there's just 3 there, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
If there's 68 comments and there's like 68 comments, like, cool, okay, that's all the comments.
Yeah, they're leaving it, yeah.
So, would you recommend Microsoft Windows to a friend? Well, yeah. That's the other thing is there are some, like, there's things like Trustpilot that exist. I assume you have it abroad as well, or something similar. There's things like Trustpilot that exist, which I think are a little bit more better, terrible English. But they take the reviews on behalf of companies, but not working for companies. So you get a more sort of fair representation, I think, on the whole, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Evan, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a legend. I live on an old RAF base and we had almost no internet for years, used a 4G dongle, and now we have broadband. It's perfect. Amazing. Thank you for the 1 gifted. Evan, you're a hero. We're up to 16 team.
I do hate how much the robots listen.
The robots do listen quite a lot.
It annoys me.
But I'm also not one for like hiding cookies and stuff. I'm just like, yeah, accept it. I don't care anymore. I just accept that it's a thing. Evan, thank you for 1 more gifted. I'm glad I just updated that.
It feels intrusive that you can't even have a private conversation in your own home, because the second you go onto Facebook, the thing you were talking about half an hour ago privately in your own home, all the adverts are up.
Well, mostly it's because
I
think it's because for me, mostly it's because I do search. Like yours will have popped up because I was searching on Sky today for part of my parents' issue. So that's why it won't be because they were listening. It'll be literally because my
Oh no,
Google
I
Chrome
know
is
that,
sort of...
and I know that if my phone is near someone else's phone regularly enough, we'll start to sync up and we'll start to get the same reels. Although I'm doing really well. So chat, I haven't done a Lent because I'm already late for it, but I thought I would do a month without reels, because reels is such a trapdoor to fall down. And
hey Liam, what guard detachment would you play and what 3 units would be must-haves for you and why? That goes for chat too. What's yours?
I'll let Luce finish her story, Dave, and then I'll reply to you.
Yeah, so it's such a trapdoor that pockets of like half an hour just disappear because I found myself on reels. So I thought, as a type of Lent thing, I know Lent is 40 days, but 30 seems like a nice round number because you can start at a month and go through it. So I've been testing myself for a few days. Can I actually just consciously go past reels and not hover on them? I'm doing all right. I think I'm on day 4.
Yeah.
So I'm doing all right. So I might get into the habit and then start the month.
I have put my phone down at bedtime now and just read a book instead.
Yeah.
I'm actually reading.
Yeah. So I figure, I wish Reels was a bolt-on extra to Facebook, so you had the option to remove it.
I wish you could turn it off in your settings or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Right, Dave, to your question, sir. Thank you for the 5, you legend. We're on 7 total pounds. What a hero. My detachment I would take would be the artillery one. Or the tank one. Probably the artillery one. I don't know the name of it, but probably the artillery one. Right. I would take the Krieg artillery guns. Without doubt. I take Krieg infantry. Without doubt. And I take Krieg cavalry. Without doubt. The idea being that I would want a trench line of infantry ready to go over the top when the bombardment stops, with cavalry flanking on the side. Because that's fucking cool. That's really cool. I could... See, I want the heavy weapons team in there as well. at the same time, to actually. Please don't everyone leave YouTube. I'd cry. It's hard enough as it is right now. Please don't conspire against me. I'd cry. It's 2025. I have no expectancy of privacy anymore. Some of the stuff I've set up and installed on the network I've managed is borderline criminal. It's crazy what I can see. I bet, yeah. Siege for me, the Kriegs Artillery, and Creed. Creed. I like Guard. I was talking to Joe about Guard the other day, actually. He's quite interesting. Does anybody have this with any other faction? I adore the Guard model range, specifically the new plastic Krieg stuff. It's some of my favourite stuff ever. I've got the command squad, and I've started building the commissar, and I'm ready to start putting some paint on him. One of my favourite model sets ever, that command squad. I think it's fucking gorgeous. Right? It's so nice. I really want to paint some Krieg stuff as some painting pieces. However, I even go as far as to say all the new up-to-date Cadian stuff. Adore all that as well. Like, really adore all that stuff. Super cool. But every time I think about playing them and I read through their rules, this is a personal preference thing as well. Don't think for 1 minute it's because I think they're bad. But every time I look at their rules, I just become uninspired to play with them. I don't feel like they suit my kind of play style or how I'd want to interact on the table. So I think they're one of the prettiest model ranges out there. I think the Guard are cool as shit. I adore playing against them, but I just never really want to play with them. Is that a thing anyone else ever experiences? Has anyone else gone, I like the model range, I love the fucking aesthetic, I really like how they look, I really want to paint them, don't want to play them very much though, not really interested in playing with them? Or is that just a me thing? I'd love to know. All the time, yeah, Grey Knights. Oh, okay. So it's not just me. Love the command squad. Carl, the command squad's fucking gorgeous. If GW finally have the stones for a catch and refresh, I'm in danger. Or so's the business, because that's what Joe wants. I ordered the combat patrol boxes today for Thane's combat patrol weekend.
Oh, yeah?
That was a hefty bill.
£100 times.
Yeah, more than 10.
50?
It was a spicy meatball. But that does mean that I now have the combat patrol boxes turning up tomorrow. I have the shirts have already arrived. The other merch bits have already arrived. All I've got to do is perhaps buy some more fold-out black chairs.
Yes, I remember you saying.
And then if I do those, I think we're cooking on gas at that point. Space Wolf Refresh really got me on the edge of starting a Marine Army. Preach, Andy. Preach. Little bits more done to him so far. Nothing that's worth posting about. Hope we can have some painting time soon. Need to put a tip jar out this time. What, at Thane's weekend? Maybe. Love the AdMech models, but bugger painting or playing them. Oh, that's so you don't even want to paint them. You just literally think they're cool. That's interesting. Deathwatch. Grey Knights was that for me. Played a single 1k game and sold it. Oh, really? In 10th Ebb or before? Thousand Suns. That's people by Death Guard right now. Well, at least with Death Guard, as opposed to like AdMech, at least with Death Guard, they're waiting on their codex. You know, look at this guy rubbing his game day in the faces of those who were denied. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The next one we do, we're likely to have the lease signed for the whole building. At which point, we can welcome more people. Okay? And I won't have to turn anyone down. Any news on Hobby House Arcade? Yeah, loads. Loads. Imagine not being at the Thanes weekend. I'm sorry. Be Acers. If you're an Acer, you get guaranteed ticket. Just throwing that out there. Upgrade to Acer right now. I'll let you come. I can't order you a polo shirt though. Oh, maybe I could. Massive Kill Team weekend. Let's go. No one plays Kill Team. Just a light bit of ribbon. It makes me feel bad though.
I regret shaving both my balls and inner thighs at the same time. The hair is there for a reason. Learn from my mistake. Also working on a repulsor for my DA army.
Amazing. You didn't get a shirt last time. I still owe you a shirt, don't I? Fuck, Andy. Why don't you message me about it? Why do you wait till
I'll
stream?
pay for the folding WWE chairs.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, Dave. You fucking hero. That's two out of our 10 super chat goal done, despite the fact that Dave's just basically big dicked it and done it in a oneer.
Drew Kari was that for me in 9th. I played the army a few times online, and it looked ace, but the models just looked dog.
Yeah, I'm like that with Drakari. I like the concept of how they play, but I don't like the way they look. Also, as a heads up, right, because Dave did ask about an update for our hobby house. I've messaged you twice the first time you were dying, to be fair. Yeah, I need to sort it for you, Andy. At some point, I'll just get you back in the studio and you can just bug me whilst I'm there and I can do it with you sat next to me like that, and we'll make it work. Also, I'm actually glad I didn't order it yet.
I have the dates locked in. It is 20th of June to the 27th of June for when I am in the UK.
Amazing.
Wait, is that for Zane's weekend?
No, that's April, darling.
Good, I was going to say.
Amazing. The other reason why I'm glad I hadn't... here's the thing. I'll say this publicly. I'm glad we didn't have a shirt for Andy.
Why?
Because he has subsequently lost a shit ton of weight.
Oh, well done.
So we can now get him one that fits him now.
You'll have to share your secret.
Rather than one that would currently be like a tent on him. See, look, also to be fair, it'd be like a parachute on me now. Did you a favour?
Thane's weekend. Can't. Bastard. Wait.
If anybody also wanted an excuse to be a Thane, we will be doing, just before Hobby House opens, a private event for Thanes and above. And then there will also be a launch weekend as well. Right? So, you want to be involved? Now's the time to hit that exclamation mark member and upgrade. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that right out there. Has Mikey pulled his finger out about All-Stars yet? No, I got an email through today and I thought it was news about the big All-Stars event, and it wasn't. It was actually, in fact, news about the current events. So I have no idea what's going on. So Andy says nearly back in an extra large, was a 4XL in October.
So how did you do it? Is it all the things that none of us want to do, like exercising and making good choices? Or was there some secret magical way you did it?
Big shit. Many laxatives.
That's not necessarily good choice.
Oh no, you're fine, Andy, if you're already an acer. You're fine. I'll allow that. Such a blue balls at Mikey. Fucking right he is. Fucking right he is. Summer Thane, I'll be ready. Good man. It's coming though. It's happening. Probably. I'm aware that the thing is, right, when poor old Dave comes on the chat and he's like, any news on the Hobby House? I'm so reluctant to say anything now. Because I've been going right around the corner for 2 years. So I'm just not going to give times or anything because I don't know what I don't. There are things that show me that it should be something that happens very, 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 very soon. But
yeah,
I don't want to say it because, you know, you look like a knob when you keep going soon, TM. It almost cost me $2,000 to fucking fly over and stay for not even a week.
Although that is a lot of money and we loved having you and it was great to meet you and great to see you, I would take from it that you managed to save up $2,000.
Nice. She's coming again.
Oh, for this one?
Yeah.
So $4,000.
Yeah.
So how amazing is that? That when you put your mind to it, you can save $4,000, pounds, dollars, not sure, dollars?
Dollary dues.
Yeah. So you can, that's amazing.
So it's $2,000, so it's only about 60 quid. Thank you so much, Wee Man and Morty Hammer, for 5 gifted each. So we're on 27, team. You wonderful humans. I love you muchly. 27, banging.
I wonder how many of us, I'm thinking of Andrew now and his weight loss, which is amazing. How many of us are affected by the weather when it comes to having the appetite for exercise? How many of us keep it going through the winter? Yeah, you put your hand down.
Yeah, but I also had like long COVID and flu.
Yeah, I think though next winter I'm not sure we can still peddle the flu thing.
Who knows?
Well,
I
we
might get
know
sick again.
It's all dreams are started.
I think I legitimately have only started to feel back to myself within the last 2 to 3 weeks, I reckon.
Yeah, I
legitimately actually back to myself.
I know I said the joke just a moment ago, but I think people do forget how long it takes to recover properly from proper flu.
But I got double whammy because I got COVID and
yeah.
flu straight after. So
yeah,
I could save about 8,000 instantly. I just have saved minus 8,000 instantly. Yeah, so I've started gently. I really want to go ham, and I shouldn't, so I'm not. But I've started gently doing the exercise again, so I can ease myself into it, which is not normally what works for me. But about a month and a half ago, I tried to go ham straight away. I fucking hurt really quickly. I was exhausted. So
I'm getting the appetite for morning yoga, and now I'm paying attention to things. It does correlate with the weather. So much harder to wake up early for you time when it's still dark outside.
Shit weather is a huge mood killer for me, for about anything actually, for that matter.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, there's like that little bit of difference when it's shit weather and it's cold, but there's twinkly lights everywhere and trees up and everyone's all Christmassy. That's a mood improver. So I'm like shit mood in autumn and the start of winter. Christmas brings it up again and back to shit mood until the sun starts. So I have that little moment because I quite like Christmas. And I would actually prefer it to be a little bit colder and a little bit more snowy for Christmas because it's Christmassy then. But it's not. Meh. So we live on the south of the UK. But that's like when everyone's really cheerful, when there's like people sat drinking hot chocolates together with the little Christmas hats on. I'm like, that's good. That's fine. I like that.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily, however, that brings my mood up a bit, but doesn't necessarily inspire me to do like exercise or whatever. It inspires me to drink hot chocolate. So it doesn't really help. It's like the other thing.
I do have a sort of like a magical moment in the morning that when I come down and I set the laundry and it's just me and Emmy in the kitchen and she's having some breakfast and I've put the little lamp on and I'm waiting for the kettle to boil. When it's just me and her and it's so quiet and I know that my children are safe upstairs and I know that you're asleep and it's weirdly like a little magical moment and I don't want to ruin that with yoga. I don't want to exercise right now.
No,
I'm taking in the moment.
Zen. I am zen. Is that not the point of yoga? I am zen.
That's it.
Bob says the stomach virus is a great way to lose weight. Lost half a stone because of bucketing out of both ends. Bucketing out of both ends is a great way of putting it, by the way. I'm a fan of your work. Absolute fan of your work.
I remember the first time that you had norovirus. And then I think it was Brom that came round after we were like, it's safe to come round now. He used the upstairs bathroom and he was like, where's your bath mat gone? And you went, oh yeah, I grand slammed that last week.
Yeah, grand slammed the shit out of it.
Great, thanks, babe.
Literally. Hands up if you've ever had a grand slam. Put your hand up, Nice. Thank you. We're honest here. This is Honesty Corner.
I'd never heard it called that.
A grand slam?
Yeah.
Yeah, well. We're doing yoga 30 minutes in the morning just loosens you up for the day.
It does. Definitely does.
When you're trying to put on muscle, losing weight sucks. Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have to kind of do one or the other. You kind of can't do both. I mean, you can, but it's hard. I try and do both, so I know it's hard.
What do you mean you've cheated to get here, Andrew? To be clear, I've cheated to get where I am, but results are results when it comes to weight loss.
Don't like yoga much, preferred Boo Boo Bear. Amazing. What the fuck is a Grand Slam?
It's where you throw up and have biblical diarrhea simultaneously. Obviously, because you're very, very unwell. This is not a normal bathroom habit. But it's usually with things like norovirus.
Yeah, Grand Slam.
So for those of you who might be looking for a house to buy in the future, You need a bathroom where the toilet and the sink are very close because you might get neurovirus in the future.
If they're opposite each other, great.
Well, then you can try and aim it. Or at least, like, the bathtub is near the toilet, so you can, like, sort of...
You got to thumb it in the in the plug hole, though, haven't you? Then it's not. Double dragon. What? I don't think I've lost much weight, but fitness is definitely improvement. I've seen how badly the studio stairs does me in a couple of weeks. That's a great way annually to check, Joe, isn't it? The studio stairs. We call it the spins in my house, lol.
The spins? Ooh.
Yeah, you seen those like fireworks where they and they go.
Oh, Catherine wheels.
Yeah, that's the ones. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
Just lift weights until you're injured, then you'll have an excuse not to work out. I'm into that, Saray, to be honest. That's my kind. I do that so frequently. The amount of times I'll hurt myself, and then my PT's like, "So are we resting today?" I'm like, "I'm already back in the gym." He's like, "But you've hurt your elbow." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." But Liam,
go home.
Don't be silly.
Yeah.
A Grand Slam is also a menu item at Denny's, but honestly, I got the meaning from that. First, well, have I eaten at Denny's? I think I've eaten at Denny's once. There's so many like infamous, like US fast food places that I don't understand how they're in business.
Robert says, had a couple of Grand Slams in my days. Ruined the toilet with my ass, then had to turn around and put the crusting on the cake. Ew. Why didn't you just use the bathtub?
That is an incredible way of putting it as well, by the way. That is an incredible way of putting it. First day of stem cell treatment on my eyes today. Big short-term pain, but it should be worth it over time. Fuck all vision. Oh. Well, I hope it works out for you, dude. If your eyes are all blurry, though, run my clock, right? Now's the time to gift 5 memberships, because if we're lucky, Luce will hit 50 by mistake.
There was a really cool article online I read somewhere, so pinch of salt. But speaking of stem cells, this is a bit gross, but bear with me. Menstruation blood has a bunch of stem cells in it, because if you think...
I'm not drinking it.
No, you obviously wouldn't. You would extract the cells that you need, and it would go in very clinically through a laboratory and all that. But actually, there's a whole bunch of stem cells in that. If you think what it was meant to do is meant to help create life before you have your period if you get pregnant.
I hate having my period.
It's such an inconvenience.
It's such an inconvenience.
You can't wear your favourite things.
I can't wear my favourite skirt.
And then your boobs hurt, and it's just everything pisses you off. And
I definitely have that last part.
Such an inconvenience.
I definitely have that last part.
I don't know how you get through it.
I don't either. It's a hard line. 2025, right? I'm allowed. You don't drink it, you inject it into your veins. Kinky. Kinky. Had that once due to food poisoning. Luckily had all laminate flooring at the time. Right, chat. What is normal in a bathroom? A laminate floor or carpet?
I grew up with carpet.
I didn't. No, I did.
Yeah, you did. Your house still has carpet in.
And then when we moved, we had laminate, and I was like, "This is normal."
Where did we move to?
In Hadley.
Hadley was laminate in both of them.
Yep. I'm sure it was.
Was it?
Yep. 99% positive. And then we moved to Shelley Road. It was laminate.
But Chesham wasn't.
Was Chesham carpet?
I think so.
It's weird.
I like carpet in a bathroom.
Tiles, not carpet. That's fucking wrong. I know, exactly. Laminate or tiles. Tiles, laminate. See, carpet's wrong in bathrooms.
No, I like it because
it's wrong.
When you get out the bath and you put your talcum powder on, then you're all like all cozy toes.
Carpet is just piss stained carpet. Exactly, Andy.
No, if you pee sitting down, why would it be piss stained?
Honestly,
and
carpet
clean
is
your
weird.
bathroom then.
Thank you, chat. You've basically just settled this argument. Carpet in a bathroom is strange. Although I would have no carpet in any room in the house.
No, that's way too cold.
But I'd use big, thick rugs. That's what I would do. I'd have
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you like almost to the edge of the room, sort of big rugs?
See, I don't like in here. I'd have like a rug in my area, and you could have a rug in your area, and then you can change your rugs. But the rest of it, I wouldn't fucking have carpet. I fucking hate carpet.
I want to put a rug in the kitchen.
See, why would you put a rug in the one place where you're going to drop food and shit everywhere?
Because no, that's not. Because I stand a lot in the kitchen, and carpets just help to cushion what's under your feet. Hard floors, I feel it in my feet. If I'm doing a right old cook off.
Do you feel it in your fingers?
And I feel it in my toes, yeah.
You got it immediately. Proud of you.
Thanks. I have grown.
Yeah, good. Okay. Honestly, rugs are carpet without the commitment. Exactly, Squidfist. He gets it.
Do you know what,
how much it costs to fucking replace carpet as well? Who said something?
Garcy put, carpet in the bathroom is as stupid as having carpet in the kitchen. I hope that I don't wish you a happy birthday on our shared birthday for that comment.
Lucy's the type of person who would build a hospital and have carpets in surgery theatres.
Yes, I would. They are on their feet doing magical things with tiny hearts and people all the time.
Says wear slippers, Luce.
I do.
But if you invested in a decent pair of slippers, I buy the memory foam ones. They're fucking incredible.
It doesn't matter what kind of slipper I wear through them all the time. Probably my biggest outgoing to do with clothing is slippers, because I wear through them all the time. All the time. Bum, 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 bum. You're so daft.
We're waiting.
New study found microplastics in every single human semen sample. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
That was a choice that you made to pick that as a news article?
I know. I saw it the other day, and I've just double-checked that it is a real thing. They took... Let me just find... Because I did hear a while ago that there's even microplastics in babies' brains when they've just been born. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. Which is scary.
Do you have a pipe as well, Liam? I'd love a good pipe. I'd love a good, proper pipe.
Would you actually smoke a pipe?
I'll probably not smoking. I just like a good pipe.
Right. Here we go.
Well, I could be tempted.
A groundbreaking study has made headlines by revealing that microplastics are present.
Who had slippers on Old Lady Loose Bingo?
In every single human semen sample tested, this study conducted on semen samples collected from men in areas with high pollution levels adds a disturbing new dimension to the growing body of research on the widespread impact of plastic pollution on human health. The study analysed samples from 10 men, all of whom lived in the polluted Campania region of southern Italy. The researchers used Raman microspectroscopy, a technique that allows scientists to identify the composition of materials at the microscopic level to detect the presence of microplastics in the semen.
So you hobbyists and all your plastic, you're now jizzing plastic.
Well, it's been documented over the last few decades that babies being born is on a decline. And at the same time, data showing IVF treatments being requested more or in need more. So those two are now beginning, those two datas are now beginning to support each other. Instead of it just being a cultural decision that we're waiting longer now, which is also true, it could be that male reproductive health.
Rev Chris has pointed out that 10 is not a big study.
No, I know.
Were they from the same kind of region as well?
Yes.
So that's an even weaker study.
The results were unsettling. 16 microplastic particles were found across 6 of the 10 samples. These particles ranged in size 2 to 6 micrometers, with shapes varying from irregular fragments to spherical beads. So those were in the news a little while ago. You know, in exfoliators, those tiny, tiny beads?
Yeah.
They're microplastics. Everybody thought they were a mineral or vitamin in the exfoliant that broke down and was water soluble, but they're not.
Ghastly. Okay, starting to think microplastics are actually bullshit at this point. Interesting, isn't it? Does that mean everyone can 3D print models? So people living in areas with shit going on have shit going on there, goings on.
Animal studies have shown that microplastics can cause a range of reproductive issues, including reduced sperm count, abnormal sperm shape, and decreased motility. For example, mice exposed to microplastics have shown damage to the blood-testes barrier, a protective mechanism that shields sperm from harmful agents. This damage disrupts normal sperm development and can lead to fertility problems. Similar impacts have been observed in other species, including fish and birds, suggesting that microplastics pose a real threat to reproductive systems across the animal kingdom.
So you've learned something tonight, chat. If that isn't worth a gifted membership from all 150 of you, I don't know what is. Educational as well. We told you about the orc nerf. We're talking about interesting things. And Luce is saying that you're all chucking out microplastics. So, you know. Joe now makes his own sprue goo. Yes. On your way to be a proper old man now, Liam. Slippers in a pipe. Oh, that sounds heavenly. I need to get rid of the sofa in the living room and put a giant winged back chair in there.
Would you have a pipe that blows bubbles?
No. You got to do it properly.
What, like actual
piping tobacco? Have you smelled piping tobacco?
No,
it smells incredible.
I have.
Oh, it smells
really?
lovely. Yeah, it smells nice.
It doesn't smell like cigarettes?
No.
Really?
100%.
I think you should go for a bubble pipe.
I start every day with a shot of Tamiya plastic cement to help better digest the plastics through the day. I saw a thing recently. Do you know the new thing they've decided that's good for you?
What, that you've decided?
That's been decided is good for you?
Oh, okay.
That I saw on social media, so it must be true.
Is this something to eat?
Nope.
Something to wear?
Nope.
Oh, something to smoke?
Nope. You were closer with eat.
Oh, drink?
Yep.
Okay, so something that's clearly not healthy to drink. Bin juice?
No.
I don't know.
Where the fuck are you going to get a daily shot of that from?
It's a bin?
Well,
Are you going to say ginger and cayenne pepper
Nope.
and... No, okay. What is it?
whiskey.
Do you know what, actually? There are so many elderly that swear by a wee dram.
Have you? Well, they did some. Again, social media, right? Pinch of salt with this one team. I'm not suggesting by any mention, by any stretch of the imagination, this is definitely true. But they had a bunch of like petri dishes with bacteria in them. They put them under microscopes, and they were all, you know, like bacteria do,
Okay.
wiggling around, right?
Yeah.
And they just
Probably mocking the sperm.
and
Go
they're
on.
dropping. They dropped a drop of like literally a boop of whiskey on it,
Oh, right,
and
yeah.
it fucking murders the lot. All dies.
Yeah. See, this is it. It's the old folk. They've got some right corkers, they have.
Mm-hmm. So, you know, you might find me drinking a drink of whiskey a night.
Oh, I got a snap.
Kill off all the bacteria. So, yeah. Right, chat, you fucking ungrateful bastards. We're on 144 people watching. Half of you have hit the like button. That's free. We're also only on 27 of the finest gifted memberships, not forgetting that Biggie Hugs gifted 10 because it's his fucking birthday. So, can we race to 50 gifted memberships? 23 to go to race to 50 gifted. I believe in you. Did you paint your Angron to Joe? I've been doing mine lately and really enjoying it, but the wings have been a boy like Joe did my Angron that's in the studio. The one I've done here, I've started with the airbrush. Killing bacteria is really easy. It's just that most things also kill good cells, which I'm sure whiskey doesn't, Polychrome, right? I'm sure whiskey's really good for us. Okay. It murders bacteria in direct contact. By drinking it doesn't contact 90% of the bacteria in your body. Yes, it does. Shut up. I'm thinking about starting a nice collection of whiskies and bourbons because I'm getting old. I love a good whiskey or bourbon. Strong choice. Thank you, Ramaclock, for the one gifted. Yes. 1, 28, 22 to go before we're halfway there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nearly halfway there, but not quite. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Lemon on a pear.
It didn't even make sense.
That was I think it was a Aldi advert or a Lidl advert.
Christopher Sanford, thank you for the one gifted. Do it, Luce. Do the train.
Choo choo.
Because 2's normally as good as it gets. Thank you so much, Christopher Sanford, PlayStation Gloucester. I appreciate you. I also massively appreciate the fact that you've kept the name Christopher Sanford, PlayStation Gloucester forever. Incredible. What a legend. What a fucking legend. Is this you pointing how young you are here? Who's this? Guess I'm dying at 30 because I don't like whiskey. To be fair, whiskey is an acquired taste, I think. I got too messed up on Jack Daniels for my 21st 14 years ago, oof, and I still can't drink it hardly.
I was the same with Red Bull and vodka and a Jaeger bomb and rosé. I kicked the arse out of it when I was 18 because I could. Because I was 18.
Animal over here.
And then, ugh, no.
When Lou says kick the arse out of it, well, she means 3 drinks. Simply Brazen, thank you for the one gifted. Right, someone now just do 20, and we'll be halfway there. Whoa.
I don't think it was necessarily that I only had 3 of them. I think it's because I went out every weekend when I was 18 because I could.
No, I was joking about how you can't handle your drink when I said 3 of them.
But I think there was also things like the WKD Blue and drinks like that.
We were
mixed in.
When we were out for Beachhead. Was it the first night? Was it Beachhead? Or was it Mikey's event? One of them, they were getting, I think it was Beachhead, they were getting bottles of a drink that we used to drink. Hooch, maybe? Lemon hooch or something like that?
Oh, I've never had that.
Was it the one? I can't remember. Someone who was there tell me. And someone handed me a bottle of it. I was like, oh, I used to love this stuff. And I went, what the fuck is that? It was awful.
Yeah.
Joining my first 40k tips this weekend. This week for first 40k 20 this weekend. Any tips? Yeah, don't be shit. Cheat to win. Bake your dice. No, I'm joking. Tell people. Honestly, 508. Just tell people it's my first tournament. Right, I've not done this before. So and just I guess kind of just like head off your opponent. I'm going to be asking some questions, and be prepared to ask questions as well, because there's nothing worse than a gotcha, especially your first tournament. Just be prepared to ask questions. Tell people it's your first time. The majority of people that you play against at your first tournament, if you tell them it's your first tournament, will be super helpful. They'll tell you what their rules do. They'll warn you of gotcha moments. Most good players, if they're playing you for the first time, will also probably be like, I probably can win this. So, you know, I honestly, tell them it's your first tournament. Be prepared to ask questions, I think, is my biggest 2 tips. Also, don't be afraid. This is the thing I get really frustrated with, but I genuinely mean this as well. Never be afraid to call over a judge. Calling over a judge doesn't necessarily have to be, I'm accusing my opponent of cheating. Absolutely not. Just call over a judge if you're not sure, or if you're, because what you don't want to do is get to battle round 3, have a rules interaction that you're not sure of. Your opponent's pretty sure, but you're like, I don't think that's right because I've seen it on the stream, or because I've read it before, or because I've seen, you know, whatever. And then let him get away with it because he thinks he's right, and I'm sure it's genuine for most people. Call a judge over and be like, look, I just want to get this clarified. Because you might be wrong, but he also might be wrong. You don't want to get to the end of battle round 5 and realise that was a big turning point in the game, and you still aren't comfortable with what was done. So just be prepared to ask questions, call over TAs. All right? Cool. Thank you, Mr. Sven Holio, by the way, for the 5 gifted memberships, and thank you, Lion Panda, for the 1. We are 14 away from halfway. We're nearly there. Thank you so much, you wonderful human beings. I appreciate you. WKD Blue Hellstorm, Hooch Beachhead. It was Hooch. Hooch was awful. It's awful.
I don't think I've ever had it.
I'm sure I used to like it. If it's the same, if the recipe hasn't changed, which I think it has, but if the recipe hasn't changed, then my taste buds definitely have, by a lot. Like,
Speaking
a lot.
Taste buds, I did my first attempt at ice buns yesterday.
They were incredible, by the way.
I remember the bread being sweeter.
They looked a bit
Well, they're obviously not uniformed, are they?
no.
Obviously.
They look like someone got...
No. You've already called my cinnamon buns spaff bread or whatever it is you call it.
Spaff bread.
Leave the ice buns out of it.
I mean... Honestly, they were beautiful.
No, you're not having any more now.
And I ate it all. Num, 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 num. Like that.
As our midnight snacksident.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why the running isn't working. Midnight iced buns. Hey. Remember, you can't heroic your rhino. Can't heroic your rhino, Drew, alright? There's a black currant one too, like Fizzy Robina. Black currant what?
The hooch type thing.
Oh, I don't... Alka-Pops. 18-year-old me was fine with Alka-Pops.
Uh-huh, yeah.
38-year-old me can't do Alka-Pops. They're just chemical shit.
It is. It must be like a chemical hangover.
I mean, I don't... They just taste chemically. Do you know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
Like, it's not like you get like, oh, a lemon hooch. That's a nice lemon flavour. It just... What's this weird chemically short sort of like artificial lemon nonsense?
Well, when I first started going out, it was all the WKD Blue. And those hangovers were very different to the Rioja hangovers.
I think I'm getting better. This is
different.
partly your fault. I think I'm getting better now at tasting. That's an artificial strawberry, not a real strawberry flavour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I don't know if it's improving my life in the sense that I eat healthier things. I'm like, chemical. But you've also just ruined so many things for me. Just so you know. Hey. Our college drink was 3 WKT bottles upended in a pint glass drunk with a straw called a tripod.
Oh, no, thank you. Oh no.
That's fucking awful. Yeah. Chat, you're also 5... Oh, they're not going to make the super chat target either for more AOS for Joe this month. Make your own homemade Alka-Pop. I mean, homemade ones will probably be better, to be fair. Less chemical shit in them. I remember being 19 and buying 80p Apple VKs in a nightclub. It was heartburn in a bottle.
Yeah.
When we used to go into Southampton, there was... it's been knocked down now. There's a place called Leisure World. Do you remember it?
Oh, yeah.
It was a cinema complex, and there was some food places, and there was drinking
They
establishments.
used to do kids' cinema tickets for £2.50.
And before I met you and you came here, so when we met, the first time we went there, it was already a place. It had been evolved in a place called Oceana, right? Which is a nightclub complex built into Leisure World. Before that, it was never Oceana. And when you would go in the front door, and the cinema tickets were on your left-hand side, and you go off left to the cinema. Right in front of you was a place that was called Jumping Jacks.
Yeah.
And to the right was a place called Hot Shots, right?
Yeah, I meant they were like cowboy.
Jumping Jacks was fucking incredible, yeah. It was like cowboy and sawdust and shit. And Hot Shots was fucking incredible because there was like a happy 2 hours, and it was like 8 till 10 or something like that, I think it was, where it was £1 a drink. Everything was £1 a drink.
Yeah.
Everything was a quid. So it was we would go on over to TGI's, which is just outside by the McDonald's on Western Esplanade, right? Go to TGI's there, where we went for food a few weeks back. We would go to TGI's because a friend of ours was working behind the bar. It's like, oh no, I need to practice my cocktails. So he'd practice, because they're practice. He can't, I've just made this now. I can't charge you for it. You didn't ask for it. There you go, have that cocktail for free. So he had a lot of practicing cocktails on Saturday nights. Lots of practicing. So you'd sit there drinking cocktails for 2-3 hours until Hot Shots was like, £1 a drink. And then you'd off to Hot Shots, £1 a drink, and into Jumping Jacks, fucking steaming. It was great. Absolutely great.
I used to, when I worked at a rock pub in Cov, as one of their like dancers, I want to say. I'm not, now I look back on it, what was that? It was fun, but what on earth was it? What did we coin it as? I'll never know. But I didn't drink at the time. I was teetotal, so they couldn't pay us properly, so they used to pay us in drinks, and we were all college students. We spent all our money on drinking anyway, so it worked for us. So I used to save up my drinks for when me and my friends were going out, and we'd always start off at the Golden Cross because I had a whole catalogue of drinks that were owed to me. I was having lemonades because I didn't want to drink. I wonder if that's kind of a symptom of being a barmaid, that you're just so sick and tired of having to kick drunks out.
The Golden Cross was a very horrible place.
It was sticky.
It was. You needed to make sure your shoes were done up tight, or you'd leave them behind.
It was so good.
If you stood still for too long and tried to walk off, your shoe would be stuck back there. You'd leave your trainer behind.
Yeah.
Ugh. What a place that was.
When I worked there,
It was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious when you worked there.
Do you know what my overwhelming memory of that place is? It was loads of fun, but I remember on the news, Madeleine McCann was the headline because
What?
she
Headline
was
act?
No. You know when like
About to say.
cultural moments kind of shape your memory of something.
Right. Yeah.
So for days and days, Madeleine McCann was the headline of what was on the radio in the background.
That
when we were cleaning
aside,
up.
you working there was hilarious.
I know it was fun.
Because it was a grunge. If you don't know the place called the Golden Cross in Coventry, if it's still even open, it was a grungy, dark, dingy metal rock bar place where the great unwashed would wear black and have long, greasy hair and dirty nails. It was fucking horrendous. And Luce, as a young college student in the performing arts department, would go in full face makeup, long hair, bright yellow hoodie.
That was my favourite animal hoodie.
Literally like a ray of sunshine. It's literally like when Gandalf appears. Look for my light. Honestly, it was like that. You'd walk in there and it was all green, and there's this fucking beacon in the corner. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Sounds as bad as The Hobbit. No, I think Golden Cross might have been worse than The Hobbit.
Thanks.
It might have been. You could open the toilet door and surf to the urinal. It was... Nah.
I'll just hold it. I'm not going in there.
You could relive the experience just on the road from the studio at Clown and Jesters. I know, yeah. It's some fucking... I used to, as again, young 18-year-old fucking late college, early army, I would go in any fucking bar and drink there and be like, this is great. Nowadays, I go, no. It looks very nice, actually. I'm still open if it's the same place. I know a carpet
What, the
fitter.
Golden Cross? Is he on about the Golden Cross?
I assume so. I know a carpet fitter who made a killing replacing all the bar and nightclub carpets when the smoking ban came in, and all the bars and clubs stank of vomit and piss without the smoke masking it. When the smoking ban first came in this country, the first few times I went into any kind of nightclub, it was fucking god awful. Not only did carpet fitters make an absolute killing, so did air conditioning companies.
Yeah.
Because the thing that I remember mostly when I was going into nightclubs just after the smoking ban was the stench of fucking stale sweat.
Yeah.
That was the one that got me. And then suddenly air conditioning was everywhere.
And
let's cool them all down a bit.
I remember walking in after the smoking ban and just the smell of your plug-in air fresheners.
Yeah.
Everywhere just smelled like a freshly cleaned toilet. It was almost overwhelming. And I figured it's because the smoking smell had gone.
Yeah.
So you've got the sweat, the spilled alcohol that won't come out the carpet.
The vom.
So all of this perfumed air freshener just kind of smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
But it was nice to go home and not have to wash your hair 6 times because the first 5 didn't get the smell of cigarettes out. That
Hey
was
Edward,
nice.
how's it going? I do remember before. Mike, thank you for 1 gifted. Yeah. I do remember before going out nightclubbing or whatever, out to bars with the lads in Southampton when I was in the army and I was staying at my parents' in Southampton because my barracks room was up in Reading. I do remember going out. Was it before? When did the smoking ban come in? It might have been college. I don't remember. Anyway, I remember when I first started going out to like bars and nightclubs, smoking was still permitted inside. When I first started going out. And I do remember coming home at like fucking 3 a.m. Get your key in the door.
It's a wonder you weren't taken advantage of,
And
babe.
I'm there thinking, they won't wake up. And once you fucking dented around the fucking keyhole 14 times, bang, get in, right? In your mind, you're like, nailed it. Like, you've been
and
there
I was silent.
You've been there for 10 minutes, yeah, and you fucking dented around the door, right? And you fucking up the stairs.
Why are you breathing like a murderer?
Because when you're that shit-faced, honestly, because I was so bad for fucking absolutely getting because I didn't get hangovers, Luke. So bad for getting absolutely fucking stiff. And then you get your little glass of water and you trundle upstairs and you go into your bedroom and then you're literally fucking all over and you get dressed into your little fucking boxes because you're still staying in your parents' house. You don't get fully naked, right? And you get into your bed duvet. And you're gone, right? You're asleep. Great. And at that point, because before you go out, you get your shirt on and you put your nice jeans on and maybe your shoes and you fucking gel your hair and all that kind of stuff and you fucking aftershave and off you go. And then when you get back, you just you'd wake up in the morning and you look on the floor and it's just shirt, jeans, shoes. You'd even walk them upstairs, right? There is one. Anyway, and everything's on the floor. And you're like, the first thing I remember smelling is if you do like that and you'd wipe like your hair, which still had gel in it because you didn't shower before you went to bed, obviously, because it's fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't want to wake everyone up.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, because your hair held the smell of stale smoke.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? And then I remember you'd get up, fucking sheepishly walk across to the bathroom, have a shower, freshen yourself up. And I was one of those that once I've had a shower, I was like, right, I feel good. Thank fuck for that. And you go back in, you pick up your pillow. Oh no, that's got to go in the wash now. It was horrendous.
Yeah.
It was so bad. I was one of those real tragic individuals as a kid. I was like, as a young lad, I was like, I don't think I want to go out both Friday and Saturday because I don't even want to wash my bedding once because it fucking stinks afterwards.
When I had my little cafe job, my dad used to drive me to work really early in the morning, and he ended up putting towels on his passenger seat for me to sit on because working in a cafe, I would come home stinking. My hair would look like it was wet from all the grease. It was a proper greasy spoon cafe.
Like a fry-up breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
and
he
would put the towels on his passenger seat. And I remember looking at the towels and looking at him, and he was like, I'm sorry, Luce, but, you know, I've got to drive this person to the airport tomorrow for work, and I don't have time to clean the car. And I thought, no, that's okay. It's fine. I get it. And then when I left that job, because I moved... I went back into my room at my dad's house and he hadn't gotten around to washing the bedding yet. And the smell was still there.
I can believe it.
But I couldn't smell it.
No, not when you're in it. It's
No.
like, I don't remember giving a shit about the smell of smoke in nightclubs and pubs. I never fucking really cared.
Yeah.
I think it was just like, this is it.
That's
once
part of it.
once you're in there for fucking half an hour, it's just the smell. That's just what the smell is,
Yeah.
and you get used to it. I think sensory, you go, your brain goes, this is it. I don't need to worry about it anymore. Now, if I'm in a nightclub, if I'm in like a bar or something, and someone somewhere, and it happens very rarely, decide they're going to try and be cheeky, I'm like, it's over there. I fucking instantly, and I know where it is. It's fucking, I can't do it anymore. But you're right, when you're in it, you don't smell it.
Yeah, the cafe that I worked in was one of my favourite jobs. My boss was about 4'8". She was tiny but
Eddie?
fucking fierce.
Was Eddie?
And me and my classmate, because we both got a job at the same cafe, we'd have to clean the extractor fan that was on the outside wall. Every day you had to clean it. And the grease was so thick, it was spreadable. You could get a knife and clean and scrape the fan and scrape it into a lunchbox, and you had to keep going until you could get the water on it, because otherwise you'd never penetrate the grease.
That's grim.
It was grim, but it was one of those, well, this is maybe a shit 10-minute job over what is a really funny team of
nice
people,
little,
and it's a little cafe.
The thing is, I've said this before as well, right? You can have the shittest job in the world, but if your team's amazing, you kind of look forward to going in. I've had some really fucking shitty bits of my working life, but if the team's that good, and even to the point of like being an Afghan, which is a bit shit over Christmas, which is really fucking shit, you know, and then the team just goes, it's all right, it's gonna be a laugh, it's gonna be great because the team's fucking incredible, and you know you're gonna go in and you're gonna laugh a bit and you're gonna smile, you're gonna work hard, but it goes like that because you are actually enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Datsun Des says, been there, couldn't get the key in my mate's door, so left it on the wall and let myself into the neighbour's house and slept naked on their sofa.
Oh my god.
Strong. Also, thank you, Mike. I said for the one. I think I said thank you to Yeston for the one gifted as well. I hope I did. Alex.
Who the fuck is Alex? Wasn't that Alice?
It was Alice. Yeah, that wasn't where I was going. But I'm proud of you again. That's twice. That was twice tonight.
Who remembers that song?
Yeah.
What a blast from the
27
past.
years I've been living next door. Anyway.
You know the verses?
Yeah. Anyway, Alex, thank you for 20 gifted memberships.
I hope for you, Alex, that if you need to stumble home drunk, you get your key in the door first time and you manage to get into bed absolutely silent and nobody has heard you stumble into the house.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's a good hope. Because I adult me now, young me was like, wake up in the morning, Nailed it. No one heard me come in.
Actually,
Adult me now goes, my dad fucking hated me.
Actually, when you go downstairs, there's a vase knocked over. There's like the dog bowl water's been kicked all over the kitchen.
Adult me now is like, there is no fucking way my dad didn't wake up every time I came in that house. Not a fucking chance. Because I'm also not a slim and slender individual.
Do you know what my dad used to do? Sometimes he would stay awake and then I'd text him at 3 a.m. to say, I'm on my way home now. And do you know what he'd do?
Make you a pot of tea?
Pot of tea and some crumpets, and we'd talk about by night.
Lockie says, used to date a girl who worked in a chippy when I was a teen. Her skin was spreadable too. And then Dave went, was her legs? Whee!
He's put it there. Whee! Giggity.
Legend. Thank you so much, Alex, for 20 gifted. Chat, we're on 58. 2 to get to 60. 2 to get to 60. 11 to get to 69. Just throwing that out there. Just so you know. Ah, incredible. I know a person who lived above a fish and chip shop in a shitty flat. He had moved out 6 months and still finding clothes that stank of grease. I bet. That's not even the same room. It's strong, that, isn't it?
Yeah. It was mad how bad the smell was. And my poor dad was driving along with his head out the window. Like, I love you, Luce, but you stink. You absolutely stink. When are you getting a new job? There's a cafe nearer to where we live. You don't have to get in my car.
Hang on, right? Before we victimise your father here, okay? I remember having a job in Eastleigh working on the trains.
Yeah.
It was a manual labour job, essentially. It was an engineer's job. We were doing the overhaul on the Class 444 and Class 450 fleet of trains in the UK that are operated by, at the time, South West Trains, now South Western Railway. And what we had to do is we would bring a train into the depot and we would strip the fucking lot of everything underneath. So the way the trains are, you've got carriage, obviously, with a passenger seat. And underneath it bolts all the stuff and bits. So you've got all the brake equipment, obviously all the what they call the bogies, which are the wheel sets. You've got different like module things that do things to do with regenerative braking, etc., etc. And we had the couplers and the auto couplers. And part of what we had to do in the overhaul project was strip it all off, fuck it off to be scrap, repair, replaced, and put all new stuff on. And it's just part of the servicing plan for those vehicles. Now, trains, as you all know, run on tracks outside. And they run along tracks. And tracks are metal with normally wooden slats, and then they've got ballast everywhere. But they're also outside all the time, so they get covered in.
What's the ballast?
Ballast is like the like shingly stuff you see. It's called ballast.
Oh, the rocks.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
okay.
Right. And so as they would run down the running lines, they would pick up shit and dirt because they're just running along. It's like your car. As your car's driving along, it gets dirty, right?
Yeah.
It gets dirty. Not only that, but trains fucking hoofing down the line at 80 to 100 miles an hour also do things like hit animals.
Yeah.
Sometimes people, because they decide to throw themselves in front of them, and they get covered in crap, and they just pick up dirt and pick up dirt and pick up dirt and pick up dirt and pick up dirt, right? And when we would come in, when the train would come in for the overhaul project, we had to strip it all off, and I would get, as Luce would tell you, head to toe covered in shit.
Yeah.
Like my skin would be like black, because I fucking hate wearing gloves to operate. I can't stand it. I'd be covered in shit. And we used to have a 2 up, 2 down little house. Tiny little house it was. And it had white walls everywhere. Okay. And in the front of that house, the front door, there was like a little glass porchway thing, right? With an angled door. But the from the waist up was all glass. And I'd put my key in the front door and open the front door and open the front door up.
I wouldn't even say it was from the waist up. I think from the knees up it was glass.
And I would fucking be met at the front door. Stop! Strip! This is all glass. Strip fucking down. Yeah. And I used to have to, in our little porchway, I used to have to get down to my boxes, right, to then be allowed to walk upstairs.
Allowed?
And it was allowed. Leave all that there. Up the stairs. Don't touch a fucking thing. Don't touch the banister. Don't touch the walls. Straight in the shower. Was that or was that not how it went?
Sometimes.
Honestly. It was gripping. It was disgusting. Hey, Clive the Kiwi, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. Thank you so much. We're on 63. 63 team. We might actually hit target here. Oh, no, we've got 12 minutes to go. We won't hit target. Boo. You make me sad. We were started. Alex gave you all such a boost, hosing you off the front garden. That might have been less derogatory to me, to be honest with you. Honestly, had to peel off the last. Yeah, going to work orange and I leave black sometimes. It's disgusting, isn't it?
Did they not have showers at work?
16 tons of brake dust. No, not at Eastleigh. Well, they did, but they weren't. You didn't want to use them. They weren't nice showers.
So what about your car then? When you'd sit in your car?
I had mats in my seat.
Ugh.
She's put you in a hazmat decontamination protocols. Yeah, basically. Yeah, at Northam, when I was managing there, I would have showered, but I was managing, so I got to wear a fancy shirt and sit behind a desk. So I didn't have to get so dirty. There was a couple of times when I got back on the tools when we were struggling, but mostly I was just a manager, so I didn't need to use a shower. But there, at Northam, most of the lads would shower before the end of shift.
Yeah.
And I would let them go in the shower half an hour, 40 minutes before they were due to finish.
Yeah.
So they didn't have to finish and then have a shower.
Yeah.
Which strictly the rules were that's what had to happen. I was like, nah, you've got dirty doing your job. Have a shower on shift time. It's fine. Good boss and all that. I want fish and chips now. Must resist being a big fat boy. Being a big fat, lardy, greedy pig. I have craved Donna meat and chips.
Nope.
For about 3 weeks.
I'm not doing it.
And thankfully, Luce is flat no, because that means I'm like, if she's not having it, I'm not having it. But I've craved the Donna meat in mayonnaise for, I don't know why. I think my body's rejecting me trying to turn back into fitness regime. Yeah. I think my brain's going, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Let's keep giving him this. And I'm like, no, I'm fighting you.
Yeah.
But yeah. I rarely get dirty because I'm also behind the desk, but it's always the one day you don't bring something in, you're getting caked. 100%. Yeah. We're on 63 members, chat. We are 6 away from your favourite number. We are 37 away from hitting target and 9 minutes to go. There's 137 members in chat right now. 137 members, 137 viewers in chat right now. Right? I think this hasn't worked for so long. Tonight will be the night where I say if everyone gifts a membership right now, we'll hit target. Go! 1 member, it's $4.99. It's not a lot.
Can I gift then?
No. No, that costs me money.
What if I just give you a $5 and then I can gift so you've got a $5?
Wait, what?
Because then you'd actually get more.
No.
If you're worried that me gifting isn't actually the $5 because the
No.
YouTube
You gifting takes £5 out of this house and gives £3.50 back to this house. You gifting just gives Google £1.50. That's all it does. You giving me a $5 means it still cost you £10, right? We've still just given £1.50 to Google. That doesn't change that. It doesn't change that. Oh my God, it's working. Is it going to happen? Cornet Ed, thank you for 1 gifted. Clive the Kiwi, thank you for 1 gifted. JP Greer, thank you for 1 gifted. Jill, Thomas and Stuart, thank you for 1 gifted. Stefan Timlin, thank you for 1 gifted. We're on 68. You fucking legends. It's working. Come on, team. I believe in you. It is girl maths, Star. 100%. It is girl maths. 100% is girl maths, that. All right, I thought it was working then, but we stopped after 5. I got excited. Mordiammer, thank you for the 1 gifted. Christian, thank you for the 1 gifted. Straight into 70. Get in. We skipped the awkward 69 number that you all like to leave it on for a while and giggle. Who's the hat trick?
Hang on, it is Clive the Kiwi.
Clive, you hat trick man. What a legend. Go, go, go. Yeah, Bear, that's right. Captain Rex, thank you for 1 gifted. 71. We could do it. 29 to go. Just 29 members to go.
Just 29 members to go. So if you want to let me know when you're in the studio, we got 29 members before we got to go.
Was that not worth it?
Did you see me in the video? Oh no.
shit money laundering advice from Luce. 100%. 100% shit money laundering advice from Luce. Honestly.
I've got the most painful trapped wind.
Just fart.
Right under my ribcage.
Just fart on air. That'll get the gifting going. Glamring, thank you for the 1 gifted. Andy, thank you for 5 gifted. Fuck me. It's kicking off now, isn't it? Thank you so much, Andy, for 5 gifted memberships. You're a legend. You're all heroes. Behold my bountiful gifts. If you do want any kind of financial advice, don't ask Luce.
Excuse me, I'm very good at saving.
I
am.
She'll suggest that you save money in a jar in the garden. Already not a strong way to start, is it? Adam, thank you for the 1 gifted. Legend, 78. 2 to go to 80. I love you all. You're amazing humans. You're amazing humans. I will be honest with you, I have put Joe in to play Tom tomorrow instead of me playing. I might be able to come home early tomorrow, Luce.
Oh.
Because I am slightly tired at the moment. It's been a busy week. I always find it's extra stress when I have guests.
Well, of course it is, because you want to make sure that they have a good time.
I just want them to have a really
Yeah.
I'm always worried. Like, have they ate enough? Have they ate enough? Are they well fed? Have they got drinks? Have they got drinks they like? Are they comfortable? Is it too warm? Especially when they're from places like California as well. Are they too warm? Are they too cold?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bit stressful. It's not like stressful in a bad stressful. Like I don't want people to think, oh, he's whinging because he's like. It's not like that. It's not like I'm going. I hate it. I don't hate it. I love it. I think it's great. But I also stress because I'm like, and I get to the end of the day, they said goodbye to them. They all fucked off. I came back upstairs to finish packing away with Joe, and I was like, I'm gonna sleep well. I slept heavy last night. So yeah. Time Walker, thank you for the 1 gifted. Deathless Night, thank you for the 1 gifted. We're on 80. Now, just 1 big dog shows up and drops 20 bomb. We're good. Or 2 big dogs with 10 each. Or 4 big dogs with 5 each. You're a super big dog with 50. Oh, Edward fucked it.
God damn it, Edward.
God damn it, Edward. Thank you for the 1 gifted membership. The way the world economy is going, burying it in the garden is probably a good idea, Luce.
Yeah, see, you're all coming round to my way.
I am not. Can confirm.
I have a plan, though, to bury it in the garden and then to draw myself a map of the garden and clearly mark where it is. But to draw a decoy map for in case we get burgled that it's not in the garden where it is, it's somewhere else.
But I know you. You lost your phone today because it was on your desk under your purse. So decoy maps aren't going to throw off criminals. They're going to throw off you.
Well, then the money's still safe.
Next thing I know, our garden will look like we've had an invasion of fucking moles. Because you've dug 27 places and you're like, I still can't find it. The real spoiler will be it's still in a jar in the cupboard. Thank you, Jeremy and Edward, for the 1 gifted each. Your legends are on 82. Did you get them haggis black pudding? No, they went for black pudding this morning from a cafe, I believe. They were supposed to anyway. I haven't heard yet. Zach was very excited about trying black pudding. I fucking love black pudding. I did that with G.I. Joes as a kid. I never found them when I went to dig them up. Yeah, exactly. Could you bury it with a tracker tag attached?
That's a great idea, Garsty.
Until the battery runs out.
We should get like one of those air tags.
The battery lasts about a year or 2 years.
So then, just before the battery runs out, I'll dig it up, put another air tag in, and rebury it.
Are you not worried then that when the criminals do turn up to your house, they're just going to go, well, there's the dug patch?
No, because I'll put a plant pot over it.
Just a fucking random plant pot in the middle of the garden.
But I'll buy other plant pots.
Doesn't look like it fits there.
Dot them around. They'll never know. They will never know.
I don't know. I don't think this is a sound plan. Just invest it. It's better.
I do need to look at investments and stuff. I don't have a pension, so I need.
I mean, you do have a pension. It's called me.
Yeah, I know, but
our pension plan is hopefully Hobby House.
How's that going?
I need you all to buy from it. All right? When Hobby House launches, I need you to be like, you know what? I don't need this extra box of Space Marines, but I'm buying it anyway.
See, another great idea from Bravestar. Just get a fake pet headstone. That's why the flowers are there. Brilliant idea.
Are we popping to get some haggis tomorrow, I reckon? Good man. Put a fake cat poo on top.
Yeah.
Brilliant, okay. They're meant to last 2 years, but you could screenshot the tag location and you're good to go. That's smart. Garsty's a clever one in here.
Redeeming himself for a birthday wish on our shared birthday.
If I were in England, I'd have a metal detector. You never know when there's some Roman gold under your garden. There's many things under many gardens, I assume. We got a loose fact ready yet?
No.
Right, that means you have officially got 2 minutes to smash 18 members in, right? Because you've got to find yourself a loose fact. I believe in you, team. I believe in you. 3 5s and 3 1s. 2 10s. A 50. A 50. Hobby house. There we go. There probably will be some genuinely actual news coming out about that quite soon, though. So if you want to register your interest, click that link, stick your email address in, register your interest right now. Because as we start to develop it and it starts to come online, I'll need people to test and to use and to just buy all my stuff and make us more comfortable than we are right now. That would be helpful. Will you have a treasure map too?
I will do a treasure map, Jill. We can do it.
I dug up 5... Oh my god, Kev. 5 Galaxies boots full of coal from my back garden. What a legend. Kev, Demogorgon, you sexual human being. Also coming down for Thanes weekend.
Of course he is.
Fucking love Kev. Thank you for 20 gifted memberships. You
I
wonderful
hope
human.
for you, Kev, that when you come up with a bloody brilliant investment plan for your hard-earned money, that people don't ridicule you for it.
Well, that's lucky because yours isn't a bloody brilliant plan.
It's a bloody brilliant plan.
It fucking
and you're
isn't.
just jealous that I thought of it first.
Holding off starting a new army to a hobby house, you fucking legend. What an absolute hero. Dave, thank you for 5. Oh my god, look at this now. We can make it to 150. We can do that, right?
150.
What? 150? I ain't got no goddamn tree fitty. That's one of my favourite.
Every time I laugh, my trap wind hurts me.
We might get, if you make Loose laugh, we might actually get her to fart on stream.
That won't happen.
Move your microphone just in case.
No, no. No.
Alright.
I've got my fact anyway. What I need is a good cup of peppermint tea.
Do you?
That'll sort me out.
Okay, shall I make you a cup of tea in a second?
Yeah.
Sign me up for testing, I bet. I bet Kev invests his Dosh. I bet he does as well. Shares in Hobby House is a distinct possibility in the future.
Ooh.
Yeah. You mean gifting memberships? This isn't an investment plan. Yes, Kev, it is. Investing in me is an investment plan. We like to try and give back. So, playing the long game here. You're playing the long game, Kev. We'll look after you, don't you worry. Anyway, it is that time for Loose Fact. You have to decide whether you think it's true or false, loose or loose. If you spell it like her name, it is true, because it's a loose fact from loose. If you spell it like...
Lucent knicker elastic.
Yeah, where they keep falling down, L-O-O-S-E, you're saying, not true fact, it's a loose fact.
An extra 5 to finish you off. Then we can check for microplastics, I suppose.
I never get to finish. So yeah, true or false? A hat trick.
Oh, that's a hat trick.
A
Yeah.
running dog.
A flying dog in a minute.
See? She comes running. So you decide loose or loose, true or false, bullshit or genuine. It's from the book, so we never actually fucking know.
One of the toughest tongue twisters in the English language is the sixth sheep's sick.
Why?
Can you turn me off, please? I think I'm still on tannoy.
Say that again to me.
Can you turn me off, please?
Just spend all your time turned on, don't you? I'm putting it in chat for them right now, by the way.
What are you putting in?
There we go.
Oh. The sixth sheep's sick.
You got to say it faster.
The sixth sheep's sick.
Faster.
The sixth sheep's
Oh, there we go. There we go. Lucy's still turned on always. We're quite close proximity, to be fair, Escapade. You must feel it through the camera a bit, to be fair. All right. Someone put it on a 1.99 super chat. I want to see how Brian handles it.
Oh, okay.
Not you. Not you. Don't fuck it. No. No.
But that's not a gifted. You didn't say I couldn't.
It doesn't
super
matter.
chat.
The principle's the same.
I'm a reaching. I'm
Please-
a clicking.
Oh,
I'm a typing.
why don't you drop my Slytherin mug?
You're going to whip me with the tape measure.
I was going to whip you with the tape measure, yes.
That has a metal end. That
I know.
might
I know.
bruise me.
I know.
Well, I shall tell the A&E nurse how that injury came about.
I nearly dropped my fancy new Slytherin mug from my Harry Potter triplet team. I could do with another cup of tea, actually.
Articulatory agility is a desirable ability, manipulating with dexterity, the tongue, the palate, and the lips. Try saying that in a Manc accent.
Oh, what's a Mancunian accent? Trying to think of Thomas the Tank.
Sunshine!
Sunshine!
That's what they do, isn't it? It's Mancunian.
I'm trying to channel my inner Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah.
Because that's Mancunian.
Yeah, doing your fucking...
Do, do, do,
What's his name?
Do, do, do. Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo. Ringo Starr.
Go on then.
No.
You've channeled it. Go on.
No. I'm not good at accents.
The sixth six shakes sixth sheep's sick.
See, he paused a lot.
He
Brian.
was slower than I was hoping. So even Brian struggled with his AI. Thank you, Star
Can
Pilot
I
for two.
do another blue one, but with no gaps in between? So it's all one.
Sixth six shakes sixth sheep's sick.
Thank you, Star, for the one gift as well. 108. You wonderful fucking humour. And Slytherin, yeah, Slytherin. We actually, these were quite new. I think they said they were quite new, didn't they? These cups.
Yeah.
Is that right? They've got all four. We bought all four. And what we did to try and be fair was we had all four. And I said to the youngest child first, which house would you like? And of course, he picked not his favourite colour blue, picked Gryffindor. And then I said to the eldest, because who's the second youngest in the household, which one do you want? And he went for yellow, Hufflepuff. And then Luce went Ravenclaw. I got left with Slytherin, which I actually don't mind, because I have said before they have the coolest common room.
Do you know what? I am wrong. Ringo Starr was Liverpudlian.
It can't be. He didn't sound like a fucking broken radio.
Who was it that did Thomas the Tank then? Because a famous person narrated Thomas the Tank. I so thought it was Ringo Starr. Isn't Gary Barlow Mancunian?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
So then just channel your Gary Barlow.
I did some accenting and you didn't, all right? Jesus. I'm not very good at accents. It's part of the reason why if I ever wanted to become an actor, I'd have to be like, this is how I sound though. Well, we want you to play an American bad guy. No.
And hire an American.
This is how I
who's
sound.
good at being a bad
Yes.
guy.
And actually, British people make the best bad guys. It was Ringo. There you go. It was Ringo.
Oh my god, I have no memory of the Liverpudlian accent.
He doesn't really have a Liverpudlian accent on Thomas the Tank, to be fair.
I'm going to YouTube Thomas the Tank because I'm questioning my childhood.
Yeah. The Gallagher brothers are from Manchester.
I don't really.
From Oasis.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sunshine.
All I know is so maybe.
Yeah, see? There you
That's
go.
it. That's not them talking. That's them singing.
Well,
Did the Beatles sing in Liverpool accents or?
I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. But hey, there we go. We've done it. I'm going to play some. Do we have to go to trains on Friday?
Grundle puff. That sounds like a terrible medical.
Do we have to go to trains
emergency.
on Friday?
Yeah.
What's the plan? What's the timings?
I'm going to talk you through it when we have cups of tea in bed.
But no, I'll be reading a book, so I won't be listening.
Ringo narrated Thomas before moving into the doorbell business.
Oh, legend. Thank you, Silence Falls to 10. What's the timings for it anyway? What's the plan?
I will talk you through it because the whole timetable thing, you need to look at it to understand it.
Now I can't plan when to play Hogwarts.
Oh, no.
I know.
I will talk you through it
Vag.
when it's time to be talked through.
Vag. Valrak's Mancunian, yeah. You've heard Valrak. It's a horrible accent, really, to be fair. But where the fuck is my hat trick? Star did a hat trick.
I'm so sorry, Star, but stickers don't count.
Oh yeah, stickers don't count.
Yeah. Very, very grateful for the sticker.
Oh, I love you for the sticker, but it
yeah.
doesn't count. We changed that rule at the start of the year.
Yeah, I know you want a ding. I know you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you feel vexed by this, Star, do take it up with the chief person who put a spanner in the works by deciding it was just super chats and gifteds that get the ding.
Can we talk about
There was an entire stream. We were all outraged, Star. Outraged.
Can we talk about Declan Rice scoring 2 of the best free kicks of the century, by the way? We can, but it's kind of largely irrelevant because all that happened is Real Madrid will win 5-1 at the Bernabeu and it'll be done, won't it? So they'll find some obscure referee somewhere that gives them 2 penalties in the first 10 minutes and then that'll be it. Just ask Jill to drop a voice message and things. Yeah, Jill's accent. That's Manchester. Manchester.
I think Jill's got a lovely accent. I can hear it now when I think of
Part of
chatting
it
to
is
Jill,
you
I
have to
can hear
hold
it
that.
now.
Have to hold that last noise as well. Manchester. I got quite a large lung capacity. We could be here for a while, to be fair. Anyway, right. You people are amazing. We're 10 minutes over. We've actually still got stuff to do. So we're going to say goodbye and say thank you because although you didn't hit the little target thing with the yellow ones, you did in fact hit Super Chat target tonight. You people are amazing. Big shout out to Dave who did the big red one as well. What a fucking legend. That's absolutely amazing and I love you. We also smashed the membership goal. We got to 108. Big shout out to Dave and to Kev for dropping 20 each. You're amazing. And a huge shout out to Biggie Hugs, whose birthday it is, and he dropped 10. You fucking legends. You're amazing. We also smashed the like goal. 121 likes. You people are fucking amazing. Thank you so much. Large lung capacity. So yeah, it's my big man boobs. Sorry, that's how it works, right? That's the science.
What's a hat trick? Dave's asking.
What's a hat trick? Multiples of different coloured super chats or different amounts of gifted memberships.
So you can't do 3 1 gifteds.
No, so like a 1 gifted, a 5 gifted, and a blue super chat counts. A blue super chat, a yellow super chat, and a red super chat counts. A yellow super chat, a red super chat, and 1 gifted counts. Has Dave? I think Dave might have hat tricks. Did you ding him?
Yeah, he's got a 50 gifted, a 50 gifted, a red and a blue.
He hasn't got a 50 gifted today. He hasn't gifted 50 today. No one's gifted 50 on this stream.
5? Have I put
5, yeah. Have you gifted him? Don't give him the points for 50. He's only got the points for 5.
I do the points on a Sunday morning.
Well, he's not having the points for 50. He's only gifted 5. A red and a blue is fine.
Yeah, so you got a red and a blue and a 5, and they're 3 different things, so it's a hat trick.
Alex, who the fuck is Alex? Dropped 20. Yeah, he did, yeah.
Because we used to have a whole bunch of stuff, and it just got a little bit...
Do you have there is such a thing as a perfect hat trick. I'll tell you in a minute. Carry on.
It just got a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
Especially if we used merch as one of our hat tricks, because when you do your merch on our website, you use your real name, but your YouTube handle is very rarely your real name, so it was really difficult to marry them up. And then the merch orders wouldn't come through for me for like half an hour, and by that point stream was over. And
we do have such a thing as a perfect hat trick. No one, I don't think, is ever going to get one. A perfect hat trick is a red super chat, 50 gifted, and upgrading to Acer. It's quite the challenge. It's a hell of an investment because it's a 350. It's like
Liam Dempsey, as of 13:10 PST on the 9th of April, 2025, I am officially announcing my displeasure over getting rejected for my poo emoji sticker, middle finger emoji.
I like that you wrote poo emoji as well, where if you just use the emoji, Brian would have said poo emoji, because that's what he does. Oh, Yessen's done it. Yessen's done the perfect hat trick. New Year's Eve.
oh, okay.
You must be the only one, I think.
Yeah.
I think you're the only one to perfect hat trick.
It's
Yessen's our record holder.
So I didn't think that upgrades were.
Well, it's like a new member, isn't it, of an upgrade?
So I think we gave Yestin a ding because it was an Acer.
But we have definitely included upgrades for hat tricks before.
Not in this current one. In the last one. Because that was also the merch, sticker.
Yeah, but it's the same username for YouTube, so...
I shall find, where is the stream where we talked about this? Because I cannot argue about
Luce,
this again.
Before you get arguing...
Star, it's not because you've done 2 blues and a 1 gifted. That's also not the hat trick. I'm so sorry, Star.
She's going to say they're different blues. We're going to go through that argument again.
Oh, the green and the blue?
Yeah.
Oh, so this is... Welcome back, Star. This is the second argument that broke out.
Sam is going to be going fucking mad now. She's going to be fucking throwing her computer and fucking stamping on her phone. John's done some mental shit, Garsty, but I don't think he's perfect hat trick. I think that's just Yestin. I think it's just Yestin who's the perfect hat trick. John's done like fucking 250 gifted in a night and shit like that, and 300 gifted in a night.
So Mordy said, what about buying a chair or dice set? This would be the Shopify where your real name. And although I know what some of you are really called, I don't know what all of you are really called. And I'm convinced that some people who bought the merch had no idea we have a little game going. Because if they did do something like several hoodies, which we're very grateful for, I think, well, they're not mentioned at all in my little list. So I don't even think they know we're doing a little game. But all the points get totted up on a Sunday.
I'm sorry, Sam. I make the rules.
Yes, you did!
This is rules.
We were all here when the green and blue argument broke out.
Luce's rules. Just throw that out there. It's Luce's rules. Her system. She's doing all the
We
write
should
down.
do something on the screen that tells everybody what the hat trick is.
No, it's more fun this way, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
I feel like Star's about to Rochambeau her desk in a minute.
Star's definitely paid like fucking $7 more than she should.
Yeah,
to try and chase this goal.
Stop, Sam. Stop.
This is my point. Yeah, it's better for me. All right. Anyway, I love you all. You're amazing people. Thank you so much for all of your generosity as always. We are back tomorrow with the Liam and Joe show at 13:30 and a live game of Warhammer 40k in the evening at 7:30. Then we'll round off the Warhammer shows on Friday at 8:30. There is a possibility of Vag content on Friday. It depends on all this train-based scheduling that we have to do. So I won't make a promise because if it looks like it's going to take me all day, it takes me all day. And I won't get on, but I will be getting on Sunday. At the moment, my intent for Sunday is to sit here and either Vag or paint or a bit of both. There will be Vag content on Sunday. If you don't know what Vag content means, because Megan Zach looked at me strange yesterday, it stands for Very Average Gamer, and it's the gaming channel, !Vag, if you want to hang out with us at some point on Sunday. And then Monday, we'll start all over again with hopefully a hobby show, because I don't forget to bring a camera home. There's also the football podcast on Sunday night. It's just content right now. This is the world we live in. I used to be able to do less shows and make the same amount of money, but that doesn't happen anymore. So
you can't even call it overtime either.
It's not. It's just thankfully I fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's the bonus. It's all fun. GTA Sunday. All right. GTA Sunday. Cool. Anyway, I think that's everything from me at least until tomorrow at 13:30. Lucy, is there anything you want to add before we go?
Best chat.
Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow during the Liam and Joe show. If not, we'll see you in the next one.